Da 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 da. Wobbly, and we're back.
Yes, sir. Look alive, fellas.
Unlike Kevin Sherman. No, I'm just playing.
Wow. Oh, man, that's evil.
Did he die on this day?
Nah, it's just, gotta put one up for the GOAT one time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. With the, the constant.
He died this year. He didn't die last year or nothing.
Oh yeah, nah, but it's still
okay.
It's the.
I was like, wait a minute, did that nigga die last year? I don't remember him dying.
Nah, I don't think he was here
the whole time it was up. I was like,
nah, I don't think he was here when we did the initial tribute to him and everything.
Yeah. Well, that's sweet.
Yeah, I got a remix and everything with a verse and all that. It's hard. I meant to play that one, but yeah, play that on the way out. We get out. So
you went to the arena where we pulled no punches. We hit you with straight truths and hard facts. Welcome to the Chin Check. Yeah.
Bah!
Boom, right. Shakalaka.
So, man, okay, so I hit you guys up, and then I was talking about some shit that I had learned about that I probably didn't ever need to learn about in his lifetime. But it's called the Glock dookie.
Yeah, you was like Glock dookie, and we didn't respond because we didn't like. What is that?
What is that?
Oh,
what is it? And then you laughing.
Like, no, because it's just I can't help it because it's like it's nasty, but my sense of humor is so fucked up. I can't.
I was about to eat some cereal. Is it that nasty? So I can't eat.
Go ahead, take a bite, and then I'll give you the definition.
He's gonna set you up for failure.
Go ahead, I'll wait.
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
We could be on here for about an hour, and you get hungry.
Yeah, I can wait now.
Okay. All right. So the Glock dookie is something that they use to rob people in prison. It is, I guess, it started in Chicago. So, Urban Dictionary definition says the Glock dookie is a weapon used in jail that contains shit, piss, cum, snot, puke, etc. Usually stuffed in a condom or a container or like a plastic bottle. I've heard like it's like diarrhea stuffed in a bottle, and yeah, they be holding niggas up in prison with it. It's supposedly
because you don't want it on you, or they shake it in your mouth, and so like they can. Man, if someone had all that waste and just this is a sticker.
Look at Cedric's face. I was like, yo, shoot me. I'd give a motherfucker my gun. If he caught me lacking with the Glock dookie, I'd be like, hey, no, man, just use it.
Just shoot.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
Imagine a phone check, though. Phone check, fool. What? You Glock dookie. Go ahead, take the phone. Talk to my bitch. I don't care.
And so then my mind goes like, all right, like who created this shit? Like, what type of mind does it take?
That's a sinister motherfucker.
This is like bioterrorism,
right?
It's like,
and I can also say it's kind of like a psychological warfare as well.
That shit traumatizing. You get imagine getting hit with the Glock dookie and like
imagine someone just threaten you with it. They got it and they like you see them across. You know they have one.
Oh man, they put that shit right to your temple too. Like nigga, get that shit up, run everything.
Someone run up behind you, all of a sudden you start smelling something.
Oh man, it's the Glock dookie. When I first heard it, I was like, please let this be a new rapper and shit. I
really thought it was like a fake rapper, but it was a Muppet fake rapper. Little
that shit
dookie.
Gross.
A brown.
So you think
Muppet.
the bag is worse, or you think the bottle is worse?
Probably. I don't know. I don't think it's
the worst. I think the worst is if it's a condom. I don't even know where to get condoms from in jail.
Oh man, the base is cum. If it's in a condom, it's definitely cum at the bottom.
Yeah. So the reservoir tip is cum.
But I'm imagining.
I'm just saying how sloppy a condom is when it's like you try to hold a condom and how just
and the mindset.
No control you really have if you have a condom full of something.
Right. And then the mindset to stuff this with these different materials.
Just the patience to try to line it up to get it inside of a condom or a bottle or a soda bottle. Like,
man, I'm wondering because when I first heard about it,
they got funnels.
I don't know. When I first heard about it, they said it was a bottle filled with diarrhea. And so I'm imagining like a water bottle situation, and you got the shit ready to just give it up. No, fuck you. It's like, oh shit.
So if they aiming like for your mouth and your eyes and stuff.
You get all kinds of sick.
Man, that shit is
typhoid, E. coli. You get all kinds of shit.
I couldn't
imagine.
Have
a 2-liter bottle.
Man, come with the shack on you and shit.
That's the diesel, right? 2-liter bottle.
I'm sorry.
How much time? But to fill up a 2-liter bottle, that's a lot of shits.
Man, and they taking this shit. I don't know if it's made its way to the street.
Like, what's that bottle for? Don't worry about
it. You pull the Glock dookie on me, I'm giving up everything.
I would ask for solitary confinement. I'd be going up to the
like, yo, these niggas got Glock dookies. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't live.
No, look here. What do I got to do? I'll kick you in the nuts. Just lock me away from everybody.
Oh, man.
Put me in solitary. No, it's not healthy for the mind. It's safe.
I wasn't prepared for this shit. I thought it was just knives and shit.
Right.
Shoot me.
Yeah, stab me. Oh, shit. What the fuck? That shit was just crazy. When I heard that, I'm like, yo, and it's some nigga shit. But they said, what's his name? Another rapper, China Mac, he said that they do it in New York too. So it's a thing. Imagine not retiring from jacking and robbing and
The
shit.
craziest thing is, right? People have been in prisons for years and had Alcatraz and everything. They were spending their time trying to figure out how to get out. These niggas in there enjoying prison, figuring out ways to torture each other and stuff, and getting Jordans and
the Glock dookie is so like you should that should be a charge.
No Glock dookie, nigga. Okay, all right.
Yeah, that should be a charge. That should be like you should get charged with the Glock dookie, like you get charged with a pistol.
Yeah. That should extend your time. But if
probably more. I think
you got nothing but time. Like if you got life, you might as well just fuck with people with Glock dookies.
Man,
you ain't going nowhere.
I'd have my shit double hosted. two water bottles.
Ruining people.
Walking around the yard hard as motherfucker, nigga, with my Glock dookies on the hips. Nigga, like, what?
You're talking like Will Smith. Don't let your lip react. Don't let your hand where my hip react.
That shit being hella jumpy and shit. Like, nigga, what? Hey, man. I'd be testy as hell in the lunchroom.
Sloshing around. Okay.
Man, I thought about trading in my guns for Glock dookie. Man, you can take
they got to be preloaded. So yeah,
you know man,
you miss, it's over.
Man,
there's
I don't
no
know.
Missing though.
I don't think it's no missing because it's just
it's splatter. It's just.
I'm sorry, you don't want that shit out.
You don't even want like, a stray specklet of going anywhere, so it's no missing.
I can imagine one of those on the street would actually be like a super soaker field.
That's what I was just finna say.
Or get the one, the big ones. And
shit. With the backpack.
Hell yeah.
Like a Ghostbuster.
Hell yeah. So, get that shit up.
Where's the shit buster right here?
Man, could you imagine the super soaker Glock? See, we over here putting, we got to take that back. We're going to put ideas in the universe.
Oh, man. You hear that in the news and shit.
Like, nigga, what you gonna do with that super soaker?
When you're outside, you can do stuff to make it worse too. Like if you did a Glock dookie, you probably add some vinegar to make it worse, so it can ferment and be harsh. Some bleach in it,
man.
Some pepper spray or some mace with it too.
Oh, you want to rinse the dookie off, but you can't use water for the pepper spray.
It's fucking horrible. So nasty. It's starting to get nasty. Starting from the taste in your mouth the more we talk about it.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Well, go ahead and eat your cereal. We can move on.
I'm good now. I had to pour it and everything, so that's.
Oh man, yeah. I try to tell y'all, it's pretty fucking nasty. When I heard that shit,
let me go ahead and pour this out.
Some motherfucker put vote Democrat.
Man, I've never been so disgusted and impressed at one time in my life.
Okay.
Man. I see we got our folks back in the building. Brian Black, DC Black. We see
Block.
DC Block. My bad. Hey, so shit, moving on. I need a damn taste of my mouth. Shit. Oh man, have you been seeing the shit that's been going on with before we get into 50 Cent and his kid? I want to know what y'all thought about that shit. But you see this shit going on back and forth with Nicki and Lotto on Twitter?
No. What happened?
Oh man. Yeah, I guess long story short, Nicki was tripping because they moved her song with the Rick James sample over to the pop category in Grammys. And so she was saying like, it was unfair treatment because if anything, Lotto's song, Big Energy should have been moved to the same category.
Is that So Sad on Me? So Sad on Me? That song?
Mm-hmm. Which one? You talking about Nicki Minaj
Big
song?
Energy samples Fantasy by Mariah Carey.
No,
it actually
it actually samples the other song. That samples the other song. Got to pay
Model's
respect.
not old enough to sample the other song that samples. She sampled Fantasy.
Still sampled it.
She even got a remix with Mariah on it.
Still sampled it.
It's not even a remix. It's just Mariah singing her song, her verse from the song.
Yeah. So then they ended up going back and forth, and you know how the Nicki Minaj fans get and everything.
The barbs.
Yeah, I thought y'all would have heard more about it. I was like, damn, Nicki was going in. She done deleted all her tweets and all that shit, but she was going in.
And so she was mad at Lotto. Like, why are you mad at Lotto? Lotto didn't do it.
She was mad because she felt that it was unfair. She actually wasn't, I guess in her logic, wasn't saying anything bad towards Lotto, but she was just talking about the whole category thing.
And reacted.
Right.
The bitch is pop anyway. Excuse me, I'm not trying to call you a bitch.
Yeah, but I mean that's what she's saying. Like, you know, they're both nominated for pop records, but they left Lotto in the rap category.
She should be, because she's more rap than Nicki. Nicki's more pop than anything. Y'all don't think so? Listen to all her style of beats.
Well, Nicki, I can agree, she's pop. Like,
yeah, I'm saying Lotto is rap. So I think they did right.
She's pretty dope when she want to be. Nicki was dope too back in the day. You got a good feature by Nicki, boy. It was like, oh man, she's dope.
Yeah,
man. No, I always like Nicki more on the features than her shit.
Right.
Than her songs. Her songs were.
They weren't for us.
No, it wasn't. You're right. It wasn't at all. It wasn't.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of funny. Like, fast forward, you see her kind of getting into it with like the younger female artists, and remember how she came out and how she was with Kim. Mm-hmm. And it's like now, fast forward, and now they're calling her old, and you know all that shit. So it's just crazy how shit comes around, kind of full circle. You know, whether right or wrong, or who people believe is you know, wrong or right in the situation. It's kind of funny to see her dealing with that aspect
the same way that Kim did.
Like, that's what you get,
right?
Mm-hmm. I don't understand why they all of them create beef like that. Maybe because creating the beef maybe like brings their sales up because they both get sales, like how the whole Kanye 50 Cent thing. But I mean, it's better when people collab.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but rap has always been competitive,
right?
Like, because see, you got to understand, you know, the music industry just created a business around a culture, and in that process, a lot of people forgot what hip hop is.
Right.
Hip hop is competitive. I mean, your numbers and all that shit, that's good, but at the end of the day, hip hop is a contact sport. And so everybody is competing like that. So, and I think it brings up like another topic with, you know, Nicki being mad because of her placement, and it's something that I spoke on before, is how the Grammys picks and chooses how to categorize Black artists.
Correct.
And you know, I just think that that's always going to be an issue, because Nicki was saying like, hey, you know, you put me in a pop category and stuff, then, you know, you know, it being the Grammys, probably guaranteed lose, because you're putting me up with Adele and all these type of artists. You know, but at the same time, you know, people are nominated for the same type of records, and I think that's what she more or less was getting at. But hey,
that makes sense.
Keep talking. I want to say something.
That makes a lot of sense, because there's some bigger range in that category of pop too, like K-bop and all. Like, there's a bunch of other stuff that sits in that category of pop.
But they do it. They do it to Black artists, so
right. That's what I'm saying. It makes sense why Nicki can react the way she did and get upset about it.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of Black artists deal with that, because they either try to lump us all into one box,
right,
or it's just weird.
But yeah, and then at the same time, when you do try to do a different category, they try to not let you into that category.
They call it rap.
Like Lil Nas X.
Yeah, I'll never forget when they took Lil Nas X out of, he had the #1 country song, and they just took it away like that, and called that motherfucker a rapper, and he did a whole country record. And I'm just like, damn.
Yeah, he's just like a
nobody spoke up.
He's not a rapper, really. He's not a country singer. He's not a pop singer. Like he just makes music.
Right.
He can't really be put in a box.
And then you think of like a lot of other artists. I think one of the biggest things, or one of the biggest conflicts with rap today, is that we're constantly having a discussion over like, oh man, that ain't real hip hop, or this is change, or that's change. And it's really just the fact that I don't think newer artists, or what we call rappers, I think they're doing something so different. It's kind of wrong to call them all hip hop or call them all rap.
Hold on.
Evolution. Just from
but what
to constant good flow and speed, like it's all constant evolution.
Okay, let's break this down.
But they really do a lot of different shit that would actually put them in different categories and rock categories and stuff like that. And I think the reason why it's so easy to box everything in, because look at rock has how many categories, how many subcategories? So at this point, how does hip hop not have subcategories?
Right. Hold on. Let's first.
Rap.
Let's change your hip hop. Hold on. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. First. Hey, dog. Hold on.
He said, yeah. He's trying to agree with you. Yeah, I hear you.
Hip hop is the culture. Let's say that first. You're saying rap. So rap has many different genres. Rap itself, we have what? Backpack.
Song, singing rap,
but it's not acknowledged. It's not acknowledged.
Yeah, it's not.
It's all called rap.
Like how rock has heavy metal, then classic rock.
Yeah, but that's our fault, though. That's our fault.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
When you have classic rap artists that constantly come out like, yo, that's not it. That's not us.
Okay.
So I don't get how it's not acknowledged more on the mainstream in a Grammy type form. Like, why doesn't rap have
maybe
categories?
Because we don't, as the artists, as the people who are creating the sounds, we're not recategorizing, right? We're just putting it out as rap.
Yeah.
Like this is like Nelly singing song rap. Like we didn't call it singing song rap as a category. It was just rap, and he happened to have like a harmonized rap to it.
Yeah.
Ja Rule too, but we never categorized it, or they never categorized it as that. It was just rap. And now mumble rap. We call it mumble rap as like people who don't appreciate it, but the people who created that style.
Oh no, I don't think
give it the name.
I don't think mumble rap deserves a category.
I think it does, but
back
in the day, we always said, don't put us in a box. Don't just say we're rap. I'm an entertainer. Y'all don't remember that back in the 90s?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so when we were growing and when rap was reaching its peak and going further past its peak, everybody was saying, I'm just not a regular rapper. Don't box me as just a regular rapper. I'm an entertainer. I do more. I sing. I die. So the white people like shit. If they rap and they sing, we just put them all in the same goddamn category. Back in the day, you don't remember white motherfuckers saying, "Hey, he sing a good song and he talking about 50 Cent in the club."
Yeah, people get offended and be like, "He ain't singing. That's rap."
Yeah, I don't know. I just still think. Well, something need to change. Like we
need to change it.
Yeah, we need to start pushing for these different categories and lanes.
And the rap that originally started with like Rappers Delight and something. Now that's classic rap now. And then there's other like rap. I don't know how.
Right. Or I would put anything like from 80s to like when you go to early 2000. I don't know if you want to call that classic style rap, but I think that there should be a lane for like the King Crookeds and Eminem type, shit like that. And then when you start,
lyricists,
and then I think Trippie Redd and Playboy Cardi and stuff
emotional
like that.
Rap.
Yeah, whatever.
Emo.
I just think it's something different. I think it
Emo
needs to
rap.
be called accordingly, because when you put it all under one umbrella, then we end up losing out because of different fads and trends coming in and out.
Correct.
Right. Because then like there's crunk. You know, you could all do. Actually, there's a lot of categories of rap that you could do.
Right. Nelly would be country rap too.
That'd be a dope ass category.
What?
Yeah.
Country rap.
Nelly would take all the damn awards for country rap.
He'd still be winning for albums. 20 years ago?
Right.
They came up with
but he still be making stuff with other country stars all the time. He like got a new one out.
Yeah.
Southern Georgia Line. Like he's always making music with them.
Yeah. But yeah, that's something I think is always going to be an issue, because then outside of that, just not having the different subcategories, then you have the stuff like what we alluded to with Lil Nas X, and you know, artists not being appropriately credited.
Oh! Look at the BET Awards. I don't watch it because I don't have cable.
I stopped watching that shit.
But I'm guessing
I haven't watched BET Awards since like 2000.
No, like the Hip Hop Awards. But they still categorize like everybody else. Like we just don't. I don't know, man.
But so like the Hip Hop Awards, they should have the breakdown of the categories.
That's what That's what I was going. Yeah. Yes.
So instead of just new artists, hip hop record of the year, new group, best like collab, like that's what the whole award is. But if they broke it down like new country rap artists or best country rap artists or mumble rap artists,
I just think it's about time we get categories.
Yeah.
I don't know. BET done betrayed us.
And then like have instead of having different ciphers for different regions, they could have different ciphers of different styles.
Ooh.
That would be cool too. But then that's the thing though about a cipher though, and that's one element about hip hop is kind of a unification of everything. But I think when you get away from just rap, you have to be able to credit people appropriately for what they're doing musically.
Right.
But as far as like the cipher goes, I think the cipher, that's the most beautiful thing about a hip hop cipher is all the styles can come in.
Yeah.
You don't have to categorize a style. Yeah.
That actually is really dope how they do it.
Yeah. But it'd be tight though to see your favorite lyricists battle each other on
this year, the first year that we subcategorize in hip hop, and we're going the cipher's going to be subcategorized now for the first time in one time. You know, come out, see how it is, and then next year they just keep them back how they have them.
Imagine having Eminem and Ludacris on the same track.
I feel like there is a track.
They've never done a song together?
No, but that would be dope because they're both outrageous rappers.
That'd be pretty tight.
That would be very dope. I bet you there is something they worked on together because they
got to be a song in somebody's
like
archive.
How Nelly and Ludacris had a song together for years. It just never got released until after the Versus battle.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, it got to be something in somebody's unreleased archives or something. With
and it has to be old school Eminem with and all that. And
right. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy though how shit like that happens, and then they just sit on it like, "Nah, we ain't putting that shit out."
Yeah, or they think it's not gonna do as well or whatever, so they sit on it.
It's like, what? Ludacris and Eminem, man, go ahead and put a cover on that shit and
right. And it could be a wild animated cover, big hair and Jason Mass. Man.
Second Chance. So he's done a song with him.
Ridiculous meets Ludacris or something like that.
He did a song on Fast and the Furious 6, Second Chance with Lil Wayne.
And Ludacris, Lil Wayne, and Eminem?
Yeah.
I figured. They've been around too long not to somehow meet up some way on a soundtrack or something.
Yeah.
I gotta hear that.
So, speaking of soundtrack, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
The album or the movie or the soundtrack? Which one?
Oh, no.
Keep talking.
Oh, yeah. 50 Cent and his son. I wanted to know what the hell y'all thought about that shit.
Oh, that's crazy.
And his son.
I think, I guess, like, if I could start it off, I think, like, the main thing that I get from it, because, you know, we see this type of shit often. And I think it's easy to look at him. He's saying $6,700 a month. It comes out to about $80,000 a year. and he's saying that's not enough money in child support and all that shit. And he's online and he's trolling his dad and he's doing that whole thing. But I think the main thing that people forget where to point the finger at, like, this is his mom's fault.
That's
you
true.
know what I'm saying? And it's easy to look at the kid like, oh, what's wrong with you? Or damn, how could he? Or how could he do that? But man, people are still at this point where we're not calling this type of shit out, that parental alienation type shit, that destructive thing that sometimes women do with their young boys. Because $6,700 a month, there's not a state in the United States where $6,700 a month isn't enough to live off of.
$6,700 a month. That pays my mortgage, my light bill, or gas bill, phone, and car insurance, and I still have some money to sit on.
But you know what happens in these cases, right?
People living way beyond their means because they got the celebrity status person in their life, so they're like, I got to be big too.
And the kids usually miss out. But meanwhile, I bet you in all those months, I bet you mom ain't never it wasn't a moment that mom's weave wasn't done. I bet mom didn't miss any takeout. I bet mom got all the name brand purses and clothes in the process. And that's the thing about this whole like child support system is that it relegates men to a financial amount, but it really does nothing for the kid. It offers
it's all about the mentality of the parent too, though, because the child support system isn't all that bad if the right people get it. Someone who's getting it and they're using it to make sure they house a child, make sure the money goes to like their schooling or after school activities, make sure it's taking care of whatever the child needs. Plus, they're doing their part as a parent to supplement the other half, because child support is not the full support of the child, it's just to support the person to raise a child more, right? It's not,
but that's the thing, though. When we're talking about celebrities and the egregious amounts that they pay,
they get.
I'm sorry, but that $67,000 a month is a different tax bracket.
It is.
That's almost Kevin Samuels' high value man money.
That's $239 a day, $1,673 a week, and then hold on, and then times 4. Let's go back. Hold on. You said 67, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was somewhere probably a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay, times 12. That is
should be 80 something.
400.
Right.
$80,400.
And then
that's damn near $20,000 off of being, he said, high value man.
That is some people's career goals. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Saying I would love to make $80,000 a year.
And he was my career goal. And he was looking in the camera. He was looking at the camera in the interview like he had a legitimate point too. Like he was like, "Yo, I'm supposed to start." Yeah, he was like, "I'm supposed to start my life over with $6,700 a month."
What?
And I'm just like, "Yo," I said, "That's crazy that you going at the motherfucker that's paying the $6,700 a month and not the motherfucker that's getting it, that's leaving you to struggle that you're with all the time."
Right.
If you feel that there's any struggle or void that you're missing. Now I can understand.
Like the relationship for him and his dad was cool at first until it got strange with the mom, and then the mom kind of made it rough for him and his dad, and he started feeding off of what his mom was giving him, and he started looking at his dad in a different light, because young boys always idolize their fathers, no matter, like, you can't tell them nothing about their dads unless it is pounded and constantly put in their head that he ain't shit or he ain't doing this for you. Because everybody wants to grow up to be like their dad. That's like a mirror image of something you're trying to be like. So the fact that his mom did that and put that in his mind, and he just been combative with his dad ever since. Even when his dad tried to help him with a damn shoe business.
Whew, that shit pissed me off.
Man, I was like, I wish 50 Cent was my daddy.
Man, I couldn't imagine just given a bigger opportunity, and then seeing now what he was doing as far as the internet sales, and then you have the StockX company, Goat and companies like that.
The crazy thing is, we were all about East Bay Magazine growing up. There wasn't really no internet doing it, but we saw that. We couldn't wait for that magazine to come, and we would be all walking, marking the shoes we want, doing all that. So he was reliving that. His 50 Cent was like, this is something that I know people like. And there's always sneakerheads everywhere.
And his son was passionate about it.
Yeah, his son was passionate about shoes like that. He was a sneakerhead, but he wasn't passionate enough to do the work to just market it and put it out there so people can get it. It basically sold itself.
Man, Nikes and Air Force Ones, shit, gonna do it every time.
You see what Scott Free said?
Yeah, okay. See, Scott Free, he was saying that the financial situation is bad, but what's more disturbing and worse is the bond that was lost. Marquise and 50 Cent lost in the situation.
Correct.
But like I was saying earlier, the thing that happens, we see it often. It just kind of sucks to see it play out on a bigger scale with a lot more fucking money involved. That's what's kind of crazy. And you could see his mom through him when he talks about it. You can see the pettiness and everything. And I think this is one of the rare times where like you see a father getting dragged and all that in a way. And then you kind of see the world like, nah, little dude, you tripping.
Right.
Because I don't know. And I don't know. It just has to be something that has to change in this whole system. I really don't see why a man has to give a woman $6,700 a month, regardless of how much he goddamn make.
That's actually low of some of these celebrity.
I was actually kind of surprised by that. You're right.
That's kind of low.
It was higher at first. She
didn't he break her off like $1.5 million or something just out the rip?
Yeah.
And he was paying her like
you made that song, "Happy Baby" by me.
100,000 or something like that, and she kept complaining, and so the judge changed it to 67. So
the judge actually did that and made it less.
And through all that, the son don't look at mom like, what the fuck, mom?
Yeah.
I think that's crazy. There's some sort of dynamic there, especially like with black boys, to where we just don't look at mom and say, damn, mom.
Well,
that's what happens when a woman tries to be masculine. I'm sorry. That's what happens when a woman tries to be masculine. So
and if that's all the boy knows is mom this, mom that, mom that, then mom can't do no wrong in their eyes after a while.
Correct.
Even if they're clearly doing wrong, like they have to actually end up, falling hard or, finding out the hard way. Like, damn.
Oh no, I wish.
Like it could be right in their face. But if it's not really affecting them, then they don't see it, and the mom is not wrong. But once it hits them hard enough to where, they're at the rock bottom, and it was like, I've been listening to this woman or doing everything for mom or being like mom. Now I realize mom was actually in the wrong. It's like hindsight.
Yeah, I kind of learned that with certain situations in my life towards my stepfather and my mom. Like, I thought he was all totally bad, but he's not on certain things. And I found out, like, she was wrong. But that's my mom, so I was backing her being a child, not really seeing it from an adult standpoint of the things that she was doing. So I get why 50 and I get why his son acts the way he acts.
Oh, yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just see it. And it's really a shame.
And then probably 50 was trying to do what he can, try to probably school his son, talk to his son. But you can only do so much and you get frustrated and you just want to wash your hands of the shit.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, easy. And that's what motherfuckers don't understand. Like, men, women have this thing where they think that we're supposed to want to fight for these damn kids to deal with them and to have them and to get them all the time and to support them and everything. Like, they want us to be willing to fight every day. And it's like, no man wants to sit around and bicker.
Correct.
And fight. And I mean, I even got to the point, in my own situation, I was going to say, hey, fuck them. Like, I'll save y'all some money up. Y'all hit me up when y'all 18. I got you. Like, I'm not about to do this shit every day. the fucking back and forth and the arguing and the bickering and all that shit. Like, I don't know any logical man that wants to roll like that. So yeah,
and then it gets exhausting. It just takes away from your life force. Like, you can't even enjoy anything.
Right. You can't do shit when you got a bitter ass woman. I'd be damned if I had a bitter ass woman I was giving $6,700 or more to a month. I was like, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up. We did. When I tell y'all, I think like one of our earlier shows, I was like, man, we need to go back to a time when we was telling women to shut the fuck up. This is one of those. This is one of them instances where you say, bitch, like, you gotta shut the fuck up. You know, $6,700 a month. Like, don't talk to me. Don't pay me time. What the fuck is your issue?
Especially if it was greater than that at one point. Like,
yeah.
I heard he gave her $1.5 million. So off that alone, bitch, shut the fuck up.
But the thing, a lot of that also stems from like not trying to communicate how they feel about the situation. So they're upset that they're no longer with the person, or they're upset that they're not getting the full range of everything, or there's
I don't know.
There's
$1.5 million
that they want, but instead of trying to express that want or need, they're just gonna harp on something that they're upset about and try to just make your life more miserable instead of like, hey, I really thought we could work it out, or I thought something like that. You really are sticking with this, you know? Instead of talking about it and being like, try to present a better argument and maybe more a little bit logical. They just harp on the negative part of it and like try to make it a mountain of a molehill, if you will.
Right. Yeah. AG the Great, he was saying he brought up that scene in Bel Air when Will was banging on his pops on the new Bel Air.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, that was a hard scene to watch. And I thought it was too, because it was just like, damn. And you kind of see it in this situation where it's no benefit of the doubt for the father.
Yeah, and the way they decided to like make choices for Will without giving him an opportunity, without really giving the dad a chance. Yeah, it was tough to see. And it was the whole family, too. It wasn't just the mom.
Right. They were all in on it. And it was like,
all in on making that choice.
Yeah, and he was just so fucking angry, and he's cussing and doing all this stuff. Then in that process, one thing, I don't care if you thump the Bible or not, but one thing I think that's it's a good quality to have is you honor your mother and your father.
Right.
And so you see these situations like with 50 Cent's son, and you see what's depicted on Bel Air there, and it's reflective of real life. That lesson is never taught both ways. You know, saying
right.
people will follow their mom and shit off a fucking cliff, but daddy, there's just
right. They say honor their mother and father, but it stays strictly mother.
Honor their mother and father.
And you can see it with the holidays of Mother's Day and Father's Day. People go out the way for Mother's Day. They'll break their neck for Mother's Day. They'll beg their dad for money. They'll do whatever they can. Father's Day come.
Crickets.
They'll go in the dad's closet, give him the same tie again. They'll make him a macaroni hand. Like Kevin Hart was saying, I don't want no fucking hand. Like,
man.
All this money that he makes, and his kids probably can get access to money. They just draw their hand on a plate and give it to him.
No, they really do that shit. Mine,
yeah, dude. I know.
I'd be like, dude, just post happy birthday.
And the crazy thing is, Father's Day and Mother's Day are a month apart. That May and June. So it's not like you get something on Mother's Day and then you have to wait 6-7 months and then it's Father's Day and it's like, oh, I forgot. No, once Mother's Day happened, you know Father's Day is next.
Right. It's just crazy.
So fathers, they get the short end of the stick on all fronts.
Yeah, and it always stops when it comes to these things where they teach us about women and men. It always stops at women. Like what were we just talking about? Honor thy mother and father. People seem to stop at honor thy mother. All right, yep, it says right there, honor thy mother. We forget about father too.
Right.
Yeah, but it's our fault.
No, another one that they do. A man should never hit a woman, and a man should never hit a woman, and a woman should never put themselves in a man's position. But we just stop at a man should never hit a woman, and it's beaten
down into young boys and young men So then when it comes to that situation where they're getting poked and provoked, it ends up feeling like they can't take it.
Some dudes are mentally enslaved to that shit. Like they will take a woman stomping them the hell out,
right?
With it engraved in their brain that no man should hit a woman, and a woman will legitimately hurt you.
Yeah,
if you don't defend yourself.
They will say things while hitting on you, like they want you to try to defend yourself so they can, cause more trouble for you, call the cops or whatever.
Yeah.
Call their family on you.
Yeah, they provoke and push as hard as they can, and you be like, "Get off me!" and that's it. Now you hurt her.
Yeah, and then people will really be sitting there acting like, "Oh man, well, you didn't have to push her like that."
Right.
I'm like, "Yo, I came
from
a
different
leaking. School." Right, you look like you've been crucified.
I just wanted her to get up.
Man,
you didn't have to push her like that. Oh, I just needed a break.
That's what I tell females I deal with. Like, hey, you hit me, all bets are off. See, Scott Free said, ask y'all a question. If y'all was 50 Cent, would you ever reconcile with your son in this situation?
Yes, but it'd be further down the line.
It's hard to reconcile with that because the son would have to come with the reconciliation. Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't be able to approach my son and be like, I know it's been a tough few years, and I was just giving you
yeah. And I think to that, I think most recently, Marquise, he had posted a video saying that, kind of backtracking a bit and saying that he was open to talking to his dad because maybe he done came to some realization like what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like
and told him to shut the fuck up. Like, you need to look at all the facts before you're trying to dish your father.
Yeah, that's why I think it's a problem when you don't keep it real with your kids. Like, people always kind of maybe criticize me a bit because like I'll get so blunt and real with my kids, but I think it avoids stuff like this.
After age 10, and children are within the age of reasoning, so trying to dumb stuff down to them or like sugarcoat stuff is pointless.
You can't.
You have to keep it straight.
You'll be giving a bit $6,700 a month, and then your kid talking to you like you ain't never did shit.
Right. Yes. And you trying to sugarcoat something, and then some like the other parent might be putting these hard wrong facts or putting stuff in their head, so you got to give it to them straight, no chaser.
I do my child now. She full. Man, hey, you got trash on the floor. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't doing nothing till you pick your toys up. Right. Oh, I'm tired. Can you help me? No, you put them on the floor. Hey, they just heard me screaming. I'm like, no, you pick it up. You did it. You did it.
You wasn't tired when you was dropping them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
No. Cause shit, I wouldn't. I'm sorry for cussing, but I wasn't raised like that. We, all three of us, wasn't raised like that. So why am I gonna raise my kids like that?
Right.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, we always trying to put our kids in a better position, but sometimes doing too much of that can actually hurt them in the long run.
Yeah.
Because
definitely.
Like, I used to ride the bus. We all used to ride the bus and ride our bikes and all that. When it's hot, you start thinking, man, when I get older, I'm gonna make sure my kid has a car. I'm gonna make sure this or that. But then they don't understand like the grit or the hustle, the drive to want to do something. Because I think everything needs to be handed, or they need to have certain things. My kids always, can you take me here? Can you take me? Get there. Can you figure out how to get there? Like,
right. And I be thinking that, dude. Like, even with mine, like, this motherfucker just has no what do you call it? No zest to get up and kind of figure some shit out. And the thing that's crazy now in this age than when we were younger is you got a phone that fucking gives you the answer to everything you want to fucking know in general.
Man. You know how hard it was trying to ride the bus?
We didn't have GPS.
Book, trying to figure out what time the bus would show up, and it's like every 30 minutes, but the time is off a little bit. Now on the phone, you put in the bus route, it gives you the detail down to the second where that bus is at, how long it's going to take for you to ride the bus and everything.
You can hit your GPS and it'll tell you how to walk there.
Right.
It'll tell you how to drive, bus, plane.
Lyft.
You get on Lyft. You get on Lyft now, you could get a walk.
It'll tell you the price for the lift before you order the lift.
No, on Lyft you could get a walking buddy even.
Yep.
A walking buddy.
A walking buddy.
A walking buddy.
If it's far and you can't really afford to drive or get a ride, you can get a walking buddy a little bit less, and they will walk with you.
No bullshit.
Hold up.
You also can rent a friend too. Like if you're trying to go to some big event, like let's say the Super Bowl when it comes here to Vegas, and no one really wants to go with you, you can go to rent a friend, and you can rent someone to hang out with you while you go.
That ain't new shit. Niggas been renting escorts and shit to go on dates.
It's a friend, like man, woman, person, no sex.
I think escorts come and okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Uber offering a walking buddy service.
Can you imagine some weird ass nigga pulling up to your house like, yeah, man, here to walk with you, shit. Let's go.
Or where they come to your door and stuff. If they ask for your child, well, who the fuck are you? I'm their walking buddy. Where are they going?
Oh, fuck you are. And then see, that's the catch-22 because the minute
I'm taking them.
Right.
Get in the car.
The minute you can't come up with a walking buddy, you're like, what the fuck? And you know the motherfucker gonna look just like Jeffrey Dahmer or something. And shit ain't gonna be like no suitable because with decent motherfucker is a walking buddy on Lyft or Uber. So it's like, man, you know it's gonna be some weird motherfucker with that brown jacket.
Is the walking buddy walking to get there, or like are they gonna park their car and then walk? Like how do they get to you? Do you meet them somewhere? That's the whole thing about the whole walking buddy. I didn't understand. Like he's waiting on the bus, number 10. Don't miss it. And then he'll be sitting in the front row, and then y'all can start walking from there.
Right.
I don't know. Oh my! I could have man. I'll hold my child.
Also, it's like you don't get in car with strangers, and now it's share riding.
Right? Ain't that a bitch? I seen a meme like that. It was funny. Just on the music shit where it's just like it said Milli Vanilli looking at people get famous off lip singing on TikTok.
Pissed.
Like, damn. I was like, dude, that's fucked up. He was like, man, we got crucified for that shit. You motherfuckers going viral and making money off of that shit. Man. What'd y'all say? Scott Free, he was saying that daddies are more forgiving and softer with their daughters than their sons.
But I don't have a son. But I guess in instinct, I would have tougher love.
Well, it's trying to raise your son into being a pillar in society. It's trying to raise your son to be your vision of a man. So you don't want them to be like this,
right?
Soft or
and that's what
something like that. So you got to be a little bit tougher on them to see things the way life is not just cakewalks and stuff.
And there's a different dynamic between male and female. Yeah. I think too often that we're seeing today and stuff is that, stuff is kind of being made to where men and women are looked at as so equal, where really it doesn't matter how financially equal we can be or, and get different opportunities and equality in that sense. Men and women are just different, and men still to this day have a different expectation and purpose in society than women.
Yeah,
they're held to a different level of accountability. So naturally, with your son, and especially if you're black,
that's a double strike.
You talk to your black sons different because it's no fucking around out here for us.
Right.
Yeah, but
your black son, the police talk at 5. Like you got to start,
man.
Talking but right away.
We're not doing that.
What do you mean?
I'm not saying us. I'm talking about black folks. Majority of black are not teaching their kids how to react to the police, how to know about politics, how to get bills changed, how what I'm saying, how to enter an establishment if something's go wrong. You know what I'm saying? How to move if you're confronted for being lied to, like by security, not to run, to give them whatever they need.
Yeah, you just yeah.
Don't run for the police if you did do something because they have the right to shoot you. not for real, but in this day and age,
it's everything. Police officers were meant to hunt black people.
Correct.
Right. That's why
the original police were basically the slave catcher people. So it's constant ingrained is you got to find the black person, you hunt them down. Shoot first, ask later.
Yeah. So anybody that's watching this video live or pre-recorded, if you get pulled over by the fucking police, put your hands on the fucking steering wheel. If you don't feel like you want to do that, put your hands on the dash. Have your ID and stuff. Have your ID and stuff all ready to go.
I don't even have my ID like in my hand ready to go. I get pulled over. I turn on the interior lights. I put the registration, ID, insurance on the dashboard, and I just hold my hands right like in front, like either on the dash or on the steering wheel, and I wait for them. I don't roll my window down or anything until they ask, and don't do anything like that. And then when they like ask to get out the car, hands up the whole time. It looks ridiculous, and they get frustrated. Like we're not going to do it.
You seen some people?
I don't know.
They have like a little pouch on their window now, and they'll have like their license and registration right there on the window.
Yep.
So then they don't even have to do all that. But I don't know, with black people, it is really so different.
If I have a hat on or anything, I take it off because that's
the 90s. That's the 90s stuff. Yeah.
But no,
even now.
Yeah, even now, because it's just like with us, a regular routine stop, like damn, like you were going 5 miles over the limit. That is a different experience for us than it is with white people.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And that shit goes left. Like, you know, you're out, you be laying on the hot hood on your cheek over going 5 miles an hour faster than the speed limit.
And please learn your city and state laws. If you feel like you want to be like these motherfuckers on YouTube, please learn your city and state laws and handle, because not all the city and state police act the same. Some city let you not sign the ticket. Some do. If you don't, they arrest you. So please learn your shit. Don't react to the people that you see on YouTube and Instagram.
Right. And if you got different sub-city things like North Vegas is way different than Metro. And then Henderson
cooperate.
Woo! You don't even want to be in Henderson and get pulled over at all,
man.
If you're black.
Yeah, you just cooperate, just avoid the ass whooping.
And then highway patrol.
Because we going, look, y'all might not subscribe to me to this no more after I say this. Look, I'm getting sick and tired of us marching over police killing us because we're not teaching our kids the right things to do. We can't have them responsible for our lives. We need to be responsible for our own lives. We have to play the game how the rules that they set. We can't change these rules.
Right. But it doesn't even matter if we play the game because people are still dying and they be playing the game completely.
No, but they don't follow exactly everything they're supposed to do. Come on.
I don't know the guy who got shot in his car when he told him he had a gun on him and he was letting him know that there was a gun in the car. He didn't even touch the gun or he ended up getting shot. Like he was playing the game very completely.
I would never. I think that's crazy. I would never. If I don't have the gun visible and I would never tell the police, yeah, I got a gun.
But he gave him his like permit and everything.
Fuck that. I don't know. I hopped out of the car, you know, when they had me get out the car, because I don't know why I always end up out of the car when I get pulled over for routine shit.
Colorism.
But yeah, but they be like, oh shit, because you know I'm bigger than a lot of these police officers that you would run into. So they're already so fucking scared. Like, man, I can imagine like, yeah, I'm a registered gun owner. I got a gun in the car. Man, shut the fuck up. Like, stop telling these motherfuckers you're legally carrying and shit, man. Shit is on a need to know basis. If I actually have my shit, I'm not saying shit. I already know. They already scared that I'm fucking 6'4", 6'5". I'm not about to say, yeah, I got my gun tucked in the car. To them, you got a weapon of mass destruction to them. They just don't think like, oh, legal gun owner and all that shit. They say, oh, nigga got a gun. That's hell nah. I be trying to survive routine pullovers. I ain't just offering up information. You have to find my gun. Like, oh yeah, I'm registered and shit.
It's just not other races. Other races get shot. Other races get the
But
same
the
thing.
thing is, now
They
you're going to get
more
more consequences too.
Yeah, but they what's that word where they show off our what's the word? I can't think of it right now. They polarize our um our wrongdoings more than they do anybody else to make us look bad.
Yeah, and they label us differently, like the whole black on black crime thing. That I did a thing on social media for a while where I just started pointing out white people's crimes and calling it white on white crime to emphasize a point of just how ridiculous that is to act as if black people are the only people committing crimes on each other. When every time you turn on the news or you turn on your TV, they have shows dedicated to white on white crime.
Correct. Bad boy. What you gonna do?
Unsolved mysteries.
Man,
Unsolved is always white people shit.
Yeah.
It's just endless shows.
And FBI just did a report. Y'all can go look it up. Where white on white crime is higher, way higher than black on black crime.
Right, but we make black on black crime seem like it's such a pandemic in its own, when it's just really like when you have communities of people and in a way you have this you have gentrification and segregation and different things playing a factor in society. People closest to each other are just bound to commit crimes on each other or towards each other. It's just more likely and shit. Like if you're black, the motherfucker that you're gonna fucking aggress or cross is probably gonna be another black person just by position.
Yeah, that's why I hate when black people say rappers, famous people. The people that hurt me the most is black people. No white person. Duh, motherfucker. Because they not getting the money.
You live next to them niggas and shit. That's what they tired of your shit.
What the fuck? If you was living in a poor white neighborhood, you would be assaulted by poor white people. What the fuck? Come on, bro. Right. I hate when them niggas be saying that dumb ass shit.
Ain't no nigga ever called. Ain't no Vietcong never called me, nigga. Nah, but that's a different situation. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Ain't no Vietcong never called me, nigga.
Yeah, I be, especially these rappers, I be hating that. They might not do something, but they make sure they call the police if you do something. They make sure they call HOA if you do something, like security. So they're
you gonna have me going off and shit about rappers. I can tell you why. The whole thing with rappers are irritating me now, especially like in after the death of PNB Rock and different things going on, and it's this whole notion that motherfuckers are saying being a rapper is the most dangerous job in America. And I, for one, could say that being a rapper is nowhere near the most fucking dangerous job in America. It's nowhere near. You have fucking coal miners, roofers, truck drivers,
the people that be fishing in Alaska,
sanitation workers.
Man, that looks dangerous as hell.
I mean, we could just list a whole bunch of shit. And the thing that gets me about this is it takes me back to what we always say about accountability. And it's like the thing that's weird is that now for some reason rap has been made into a genre that somehow highlights our detriment as black people. And so you get a certain type of people, with thugs, gangsters, pimps, drug dealers, and all that shit. That's what's being pushed through most of our music. The problem is that these niggas are into all this different type of shit. And then they decide that they want to be public figures and entertainers while maintaining that same reputation.
No. Let's dumb it down. It be dumb motherfuckers. You go into a black neighborhood that is trash, that the police don't even go to, and then you go into the restaurant, you put your shit all all on Instagram, and you rocking around with $100,000 on your necks, and the people that live in that community paying $500 to $600 a month, and they can't hardly even pay that for rent. They see you, oh nigga, it's a gold mine, bro.
Yep, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's what it all ties into. It's this mentality of just a way of thinking that we have to be as a people.
Correct.
And then not taking accountability, like, you know, and that ties into the fact that like a lot of these niggas, they think they so motherfucking great that they don't want to be seen with the police and all this shit, and they don't want to get proper security. And a lot of the time it's just like, yo, like, why are you doing this shit? Why are you here? Why would you go to this area with this shit on? What are you trying to prove? And I've always said there's no such thing as a fucking gangster rapper. You're either a gangster or you're a rapper. You're gonna pick one.
You can't do both.
Or society is gonna pick for you.
Because the real gangster rappers, a lot of times they get their deals cut anyway because the record company don't want to fuck with that. They don't want to have responsibility for that. See,
right.
But let me shut up.
Nah, it's true. It's truth to that. But then I think now, and this is the thing that I thought of. I think now that it's became such a lane with how you seeing these rappers every so often they're turning up shot, dead, killed, so on. And now I think it's a thing where labels, they have insurance.
They always have insurance on their artist.
All right. And so there's money in that, especially when you consider that rap or just music maybe in general, it's not selling the way it used to. You could put $1 million policy on a rapper and he's worth more dead when you consider that for some reason people have a fascination with dead rappers. So they stream their music the minute they die by 900%.
Right.
Then you have the $1 million policy. So you're worth more to a label after they get your notoriety up dead than alive. And then especially if they can get 2 or 3 albums out of you in the vault.
Yeah.
Oh man, you fuck.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
I feel like there's some investigations that need to be had with a lot of these record labels. There's this one record label, I forgot what it was, but like it seemed like all their artists were dying months back to back to each other. Like had like a ring, like it was some label, I forgot what it was, but and it was a couple artists that died back to back. Like,
Empire.
Yeah.
Did you know, hip hop fact, that Puffy is signed to Empire?
No.
Yeah. Love Music. I think Bad Boy is too. I think Bad Boy is Empire now. I don't know if they're Empire Motown because he was supposed to do something with Motown, but now he's Empire.
Right, but I don't know. Puffy better watch his ass too, because man, that shit weird. It'd be the same style, killing and every time. And then I think when you link when you keep dealing with these type of rappers that are so linked to the streets and all that shit, it's so easy to write off.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at these people, you're like, oh man, well, he's a gangster.
And then we're like, he should have went back to that neighborhood, or he always
right.
So we're thinking he tried to stay in that lifestyle. And
right, and it's easy to write off, and you, as a label or whatever type of shit that there is, it's not such a far-fetched idea that it's easy for a label to set up for that type of money.
Speaking of Puffy, you know, So Def and Bad Boy's about to do a versus.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
But it's not versus. They're doing like their own thing because
it's their own thing. But I'm just saying they're about to have like a little battle thing.
Thank you, Scott Free. He was saying that's another thing that I talked on and shit. I say you notice, and just like I said, like it's a certain type of rapper that is constantly being shot and killed. You know, right. So you're not seeing Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole like he said. You're not seeing Busta Rhymes get ran down on.
Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, they don't wear Dr. Dre. You've never seen them wear big, flashy, over-the-top chains or anything like that. It's like, nigga, we grew up and we know what would happen if we.
And it's a time and a place.
It's a time and a place.
I was laughing with my friend and I was like, yo, if I had rapper money like that to where my chain just thick and shining and shit, I'm not eating chicken and waffles at Roscoe's anymore. I don't even eat that shit. And if I do, I send somebody to go get it. But automatically, and you can say what you want. You call me, I ain't got to be a real nigga no more and shit. I'm an entertainer and shit. Like, I'm making millions at this point. We're not eating chicken and waffles at fucking Roscoe's anymore.
Ludacris had like an introduction on one of his albums talking about, oh, he don't eat beef or he don't eat pork no more and he don't do all this. Yeah, he gotta live. He gotta. His lifestyle's different now.
Yeah, I'm eating shit you can't pronounce and shit that don't look quite right. Small ass portions and all that. Like, that's the type of shit I'm trying to eat when I'm in that money. Like that idea that you got to keep it hood and keep it real. Like that shit costs too many of us.
Yeah,
every fucking time.
It's all about though. You gotta look. Them rappers that you're saying like Ice Cube, J. Cole, etc., they're living two different things. One, they might not have gold and jewelry around their neck. The other one, they're checking in correctly. They're doing what they're supposed to when they go to different neighborhoods. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they,
but it's like why?
So they go in and
they respect the laws.
Right.
Oh, why? But I'm saying like why even?
But also they're not.
Like I said, you either gonna be a rapper or you gonna be a gangster. Trying to be both is some of the most dumbest shit ever.
Yeah.
And then you're bound to get what you get from trying to combine the two.
Right.
At that point, once you're making millions because of your art and everything, yeah, you hire police and security. All that hood shit is done. You're at another level. You're at a corporate level now. Like you're making money and shit. You want some other shit. This idea that you're supposed to go do all this and get the bag and then think you're gonna come back to the hood and fucking gallivant. Yeah, fucking right. You almost asking for whatever the fuck happens at that point.
But check in has been before these rapper or these gang members.
But if you check in with the police and put a couple of them in your pocket, telling you.
No, I'm just saying checking has been in. You're stupid. Checking has been in since like the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. We were always checking in with each other. We're always going when we're going to the neighborhood. Why do you think they had a thing called the Green Book? That's checking in. You check, you look in that book, you say, hey, I'm finna be here, I'm going on this route. When I get down to California, hey, I talk to this person, I stay at this hotel, I have these people watch my back, so nothing won't happen. It's always been like that.
I get it. I just know me personally, I'd rather, you can't have Pookie and Ray Ray and shit. You can't check in with them and have them protect your shit. Some stuff go left, but you have Officer John and shit in your pocket on your payroll and some shit go left.
Yeah,
boy, it's way different than shit having the police explain why they had to put a motherfucker down for getting close to you than try to have Ray Ray explain the shit.
You're right, because Whack 100 talked about that about 50. They tried to run down on 50 at a hotel, and this nigga had like type of Secret Service type of niggas watching his back. They said, "No, not today, not today." So I get it.
Right. Now that's just smart because then 50 he could have got his ass royally kicked, robbed, beat up, maybe even killed, whatever the hell. Like it's just when you start
9 more shots.
There's just it's a tax bracket for different shit, and then it's like even if you're gonna be a gangster, it's definitely not something that you rap about. I don't understand the whole thing of telling on yourselves, but then creating this no snitch culture. It's like which one is it? It's like either we shutting the fuck up completely, or I don't know. But it's just a real convoluted thing that I just think it just comes back down to accountability that just niggas are just not understanding like how to move when you elevate to certain levels in life.
True.
Can we talk about the snitch thing though? Because
what about it?
No, I'm just saying that should be stupid. No.
Self-preservation is key.
Yeah.
I don't care what happened.
No, I'm just saying that certain people, like, okay, if you part of that culture,
right,
then you play by them rules. But if it's normal folk, yeah, I'm snitching. It's not snitching. I'm telling the truth. What happened to me?
And no one comes to question me. If I see something, I know it's bad or whatever, but It's my black people. No one comes questioning me. I'm not going to go out and say anything. There's no point.
That would be snitching at that point.
Right. There's no point.
No.
But if I
That's not
seen something
snitching.
that happened, and then someone saw that I saw, and now I'm like the first person questioned, it'd be 48 seconds, not 48 hours. I'm telling you, I will tell everything.
Yeah, and that's another reason why I could never really get into that whole street mentality, because it almost allows, or it makes like a law almost, that it allows people to kind of trespass on you.
Right. And I can't do that time to somebody else. I'm not.
Oh yeah, no. I used to tell niggas and shit. I know street niggas. I'm like, yo, like I'm cool. Like you got to do what you got to do. I'm not doing no jail time for anybody. So this is how cool of a criminal you got to be. You got to be so good at this shit that it don't get nobody around you fucked up. Or I would say give it up and get a 9 to 5.
Right.
Because if it gets down to some shit and they come back and they like, hey, this shit was going on at your house or something, like, yo, I'm not doing no jail time for no other man. I never saw the honor in that shit. I don't understand the logic. I don't know why niggas act like they can't wait to do another man's jail time. But I just know me personally, I would never put my people in a position where they would have to sit down and not say nothing for me.
Right.
So it's like, what part? I don't know. I can't even fathom that logic. I couldn't imagine a nigga looking at me like, shh, and there's like 10 years on the fucking table.
Walking by the booking room while you getting interrogated.
Yeah. And what do you get when you get out? All you get is, oh man, you's a real ass nigga.
You get a dap, and maybe. Man,
you held it down for that 10 years, dog.
Talk to his sister who
gave up your life, your dreams.
That's not true. That's not true.
All
it matter what if you're part of it.
All depends on the people and how real they are too. You right.
If you're part of what?
If you're part of that certain gang, yeah, they take care of you. They take care of you.
They take care of your books. They take care of you. You come out.
They take care of your family. They take care of everything. They throw you some money when you get out. You
don't have to worry about anything when you get out.
But is that really the case often?
No, is it really worth it?
No, it's not really the case often, because a lot of people, they just want to be part of a game because they've been hurt through family situations. They don't know the organization, how shit really go down.
I done seen too many niggas sit down for some shit that they didn't do and then get out and they're fucking struggling. They in and out of jail and shit because they can't build anything to get themselves going.
Right.
Yeah.
But at least they a real ass nigga and they didn't snitch. But they done sat down 5-10 years and shit for the next motherfucker. Like, hell nah. They ain't no motherfucking way. I don't know. And that's such a crazy conversation that, like, I done seen different conversations about, and I think certain things do constitute snitching, but I think in the fashion that a lot of niggas try to, say what's snitching, I just don't think that that's it. I can see if you're involved in a crime and then you rat on your people to get a lesser sentence than what they got.
No.
That's bogus.
Right.
But if you're not involved or if you're not in that life and you know some information, I don't really see why you would allow some shit like that to affect your community or whatever if you could help get justice for a family member or a friend.
Right.
Like prime example was like how people were mad at Cowboy just for testifying at Nipsey Hussle's murder trial. But I'm like, what? How? And it's like they're still calling it snitching, even though the whole thing is on tape.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, like it's like these niggas know no bounds with this shit. Like we got a whole thing on tape. All we're talking about is what the fuck we're seeing on tape. You can't divert from the tape. The tape is right there. We all know what happened.
Shit, you can't. Go ahead.
No, but I'm just saying, I don't get how, like, that's how far niggas go. Like, niggas go so far with this snitching shit, like, they just say, like, oh, well, you're not supposed to talk to the police. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't fucking get it. Like, you're just supposed to let people run down on you and do whatever to you, and you just not supposed to talk to some shit based off of some movie script logic. That shit's weird to me.
I feel like if you're not part of that life, then you shouldn't be snitching. But if you're a normal ass cat, or you used to be part of that life, but now you normal, man, you can't. You got to tell the truth, bro. It's
Right.
look these days and age. It's hard to even do a crime as it is. They got cameras everywhere. When you think you're not getting looked at, somebody in their backyard camera seeing over a tree that can see you.
Right.
Like it's crazy. But when it comes to being a regular civilian, man, tell. It's the truth. You're not you didn't do no crime. There's nothing wrong for telling. Especially if you seen a gang member shot somebody in your family. What I supposed to not say nothing? I supposed to now become a criminal or a gang member to retaliate on you? No, nigga.
Yeah,
No.
I need my revenge however I can get it. Just
This
like
nigga.
AG said, the hardest lesson black men it seems to learn is not to be a real nigga, quote unquote. And I remember, I think I was talking to, I don't know, one of you I was talking to about that shit, where it just seems like with black people now, that's like almost culture for us. We were talking about T.I.'s son and everything that he was kind of going through with that.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, I think that was you.
Yeah, and we were just like, it's like T.I. and it, not to be on motherfuckers' kids and shit, but it's just like his son makes 0 sense.
I would get a belt for that boy, but keep going.
No, I'm just saying, but right, it's like he makes 0 sense. It's like, what are you doing? And it's just like as black people,
He's
we
trying
have
to
such
live through his daddy's music, the old music. When he
man, nah, but I'm saying that's the
grand hustle. And
nah, but that's black people though. There's plenty of black people that grow up in great situations with both parents at home, nice house. They have all the holidays. Their Christmases are merry, their birthdays are happy. Like they have everything, and they choose to go out and be street people, gangsters and all that shit, so they could be cool or they could fit in with the stack quo.
Will Smith had to tell Jaden to calm down all that because he was trying to be hard, and he was like, "What are you doing? Like, you're from the hard streets of Calabasas, which is Spanish for pumpkin. Like, chill." Like,
right? And he had the little grill and shit.
Right?
I was like,
yeah, I grew up in South Philly, but we're out of that. You don't have to portray that lifestyle and try to even fit in with anybody like that.
And that's just something that black people just aren't getting. Like, and it comes from like a lot of systematic shit. I get it. Black people don't really have that type of cultural identity. And unfortunately, that's what it seems like a lot of us have latched on to. But yeah, it just don't make sense in a lot of cases. And that shit is one of them. This idea that you got to be a street nigga or you got to be down and shit, or you a lame.
Right.
This shit whack. Like, look, when I met AJ, then I met Gerald. I used to be hella bad. I used to try to fight every fucking body who even said anything. Like from being from St. Louis and being part of that dumb shit. Like that shit's dumb. Like I understand it's a camaraderie. It's to this day, I'm cool with people to this day. No problem if a situation occurred. But the dumb shit that comes with it, like to be people trying to be gang members and trying to be part of that life, it's so hard to be paranoid, to be watching behind your back every minute of the day, thinking somebody out to get you. You can't hardly sleep. You thinking somebody finna run into your house. All this weird shit. Like, that shit's not cool. I don't understand why black people teach their kids that hood shit is awesome. That shit is not awesome. If you can give me this suburban life, I'm loving it. Suburban life all day. It's it's awesome. Quiet, dogs barking, white pigs.
Yeah, I be telling people, like, I don't know why niggas glorify that shit so much. I grew up, coming from like, DC. I mean, I remember being around yellow tape all the time, around my neighbor's house and hearing gunshots all the time through the night and different shit, and not being able to that was around the time when the Jordans were new. And motherfuckers was really getting knocked the fuck over for those Jordans. Like, I remember that shit. I couldn't imagine presenting that to the world as if that's just something to be proud to come from or something
right
to be a part of. Like that shit is fucking whack. It's like you was saying, like, man, fuck that. Put me over here in this cul-de-sac where, shit. That shit is fucking played. What's up, Tracy?
Yeah, like getting knocked off for a bubble jacket, for a polo jacket, for like these kids don't understand how hard that life, man. That shit was terrible.
Yeah, that shit sucked.
Awful.
These niggas be rapping about it and shit like, man, you niggas is missing out on this struggle, boy. I better come get you some. Man, fuck that. Man, that shit sucks, dude. The struggle fucking sucks. Well, my favorite line was when 50 Cent ever said was same shit. Every different day, same shit, nothing new in the hood. I run away from this bitch and never come back if I could. Like that was it. Like I don't know how everybody don't relate to that fucking line. Like, man, I swear to God, like I used to, man, being back in DC and all that shit, like hell nah. I would totally run away from this shit and never look the fuck back. That's why I be like, what the fuck you mean? Like niggas be like, oh, I'm doing this for the hood or I'm holding like man, fuck that shit. Get the fuck out of there and get the fuck on with your life.
Right. Because their whole goal anyway is to get out.
No, Tracy G. Tracy J. And G.
That too. Woo! What I tell you when I said, man, niggas be over there banging over them fucking hoods that they don't even own. And you seen the shit like out in Chicago where they burning down the whole fucking the O Block shit.
O Block, yeah.
But she said it perfect and shit. Like checking in is absurd when them niggas don't even own real estate. That's why I say get you some cops. Them niggas are scared of the cops and they'll blow down anything that look like them, but them niggas do not fuck with police.
That's true. That's the other blue. That's the real blue game right there.
Right. Right. Like I just don't understand that. Like, what are you keeping it real about, man? You got kids, you got family, you got everything going on. You got a budding career. Your career is just fucking going and shit. You making money. You making money like the typical average person ain't even making. It's time to change the mindset. You're not a hood nigga no more. You can't be a hood nigga. I say it again. You either a rapper or you a gangster. You not both. And if you think you are, you're going to find out eventually. One of them is going to take over. You can't, like they say, you can't serve two gods. That's the same thing. Like you can't, one is going to take over. You either going to pay for being the gangster or you going to do good business.
And to anybody that becomes a millionaire, or if you're a millionaire watching this and you are a rapper, singer, actress, and you want to be, and you're trying to be hard, stop trying to think that you're hard because you're paying somebody to get somebody killed. You're taking somebody else's life and family away, but you think you hard. It said E.I. Bootsy, like he had a shooter that he had killing people. He wasn't doing it. Somebody else was. Like, people do that all the time. That shit's not cool. So you in there, you sitting, you chilling, you thinking you hard, and this person just wasted their whole life away for doing stuff for you.
Right.
That shit is whack, bro. That shit is whack. And then you mad when you come to the hood and people are, you know what I'm saying, don't want to fuck with you. Because you're basically using the hood to do your dirty work.
Right.
That shit's not cool. I just feel like we need to do better. We need to do a lot better.
A whole lot better than what we gotta go and do. A whole lot better.
So, anything else we need to talk about, gentlemen? Anybody doing any shows?
Yeah, because motherfuckers gonna hate us for that shit. Because
I don't have no shows or anything going on.
I don't give a fuck if they hate us. I don't care.
Hey, niggas be mad over that snitch. Like, dude, I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. This ain't fucking The Sopranos or fucking Scarface, nigga. Like you a regular motherfucker. Like, you got kids, you got shit going on. Like, dude, Stop acting like we so against the fucking police that it's even at our own detriment or at the expense of what we love and what we work for. Right. Hey, niggas, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying niggas always canceling out something and not bringing nothing to and bring it to replace it. Basically saying fuck the police, but what are you bringing to?
All right, fuck the police. So what do you suggest then?
Nothing. They're not bringing nothing to the table.
My street nigga cohort. What do you suggest?
My street nigga cohort.
Yeah, only thing they just want to extort you. Now, that's the best way to put it. A lot of them do want to extort you, and I feel like that's shady. Like, to your own people, why are you trying to extort your own people? It's already hard enough for us to even move up in this shit. Now we got to worry about you too. Right. When you said you got money coming in, you driving nice cars, you got your people set, but you trying to extort me? Lame shit, man.
Yeah, that's why I think that whole thing is in place, because it just allows and it makes niggas more comfortable to know that, well, hey, if I fuck over another black person, they're not gonna talk to the police. So I'm skating on that. It's kind of like a weird it's kind of like some shit that like narcissists would do in order to be able to, set up a standard to allow their abuse. That's how I feel like niggas do with that whole no snitching thing. It's something set up to where, oh, I can fuck over my own community. They're not going to talk to the police, so I'm good here. Hell nah, nigga. I be telling motherfuckers like, I gotta get mine either way. I don't care if the police get you, if I get you, somebody need to get you. You ain't just gonna get me. Fuck that.
Real talk. I gotta feed the baby, so y'all can.
I know. I gotta go.
I gotta go feed the dogs.
I know, right? Shit, man. Yeah, it was good to see motherfuckers coming back in. Tracy and Scott, AG. And this is always great to see y'all come through and pull up, rock with us for a second. We just be trying to, put some real value on some shit that, the best we can. We're going to try to come at y'all a little bit more.
Jerry, got anything else you want to say?
No, go ahead.
You got a haircut?
Yeah, man.
It's twisted.
No, I'm talking about Cedric. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Big ass head. Man, you got a nice shaped head now. I remember your shit was weird when we were kids.
Yeah, it had like a little slant.
Yeah.
It filled in. That's nice.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's good smooth.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Man, you get the whole.
You wait till the end of the show to take the hat off.
I know, you get the whole beard thing going. Do you be in?
No, I don't want the beard. I cut it off so I could just keep it lined up.
You hatfish us this whole episode.
Yep. Yeah, well, either way. Yeah, that's a clean look.
Yeah, that's dope.
See, Tracy J said, "Where have we been before we go?"
Shit, we just we've been trying to just kind of get it together and just be able to come and offer something different and maybe just a fresh perspective and not get caught in the whole loop. Like I think I said before, we didn't want to be like another black page that just was on here talking about Kwame Brown all the time and shit like that. And we just wanted to be able to offer different shit. Like I don't know if you checked out our interviews with Ari Spears. We did one with Ali from the Lunatics. So we want to be able to offer a little bit more than I think like a lot of the typical that you may see in this space, especially when you don't have a Tommy Sotomayor or Kevin Samuels anymore. A lot of the shit just seems redundant and we didn't want to fall into that space. So we just really wanted to figure out how we wanted to come with it and, keep you guys engaged and rocking with us.
We didn't want all that negative shit. He dumbed it down. We didn't want to bring all that negative shit. We wanted some positivity, some history, some, what I'm saying, that you can learn from, laugh, live,
Right.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't get flagged or anything. That would have been funny if he did. I was surprised he didn't.
Because we was telling the truth. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was surprised he didn't because it was funny. It took everybody, not even to get on that, but it took everybody listening to what's his name, like Charleston White and shit like that to say what the hell we were just saying out the rip from outside looking in. So I was surprised he didn't, but no, it wasn't that. We just, I think in this space with, just the black content creators, I just think for a minute there, it just really seemed like the YouTube just got dull.
Yeah. And hey, Tracy, you didn't pay attention how when we came out, everybody started moving our way, trying to jump in our lane. You didn't see that? You didn't see that? We had to switch up on them.
Switch it up.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that we were trying to be negative either, or that we saw ourselves as negative, but it's just, I think, that whole situation, that was just such a big, it was to the point to where, like, say like Kwame Brown, he was such the algorithm on YouTube for black content creators.
Right.
And you have different content creators as far as like, like the Manosphere guys and, you had Kevin Samuels and guys like that. And you can't really cross into their lane without, it being like an issue or anything or coming off fake. And we always wanted to be authentic, but we didn't want to get caught into a space to where like, damn, you had to either tag or be speaking on or going at Kwame Brown just to be able to get a point across or present something. And it was just to the point to where, you'd post some shit. And if it didn't have Kwame's name in it, like it just did not go into the algorithm or anything at all.
And yo, please watch the Pull Up King interview. That shit was awesome. You did?
Man. Oh yeah. Yeah. Shout out to John Blaze. Yeah. We just did an interview with him too. So I mean, we got stuff up. Like check our shit out.
So that's Jay Almighty. That's right there is Geraldine.
2 names, not one.
I'm Super Dope Keys, and you just been chin check.
Woo!
Get the motherfucker.
Luna.
Almighty.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work.
Stay on the caper for paper to get my scruples. And this a money world, so I stack with me and my pupils. I establish your order, nobody gotta be short for it. And you can do it legal or regal, getting that corporate. Real time, you don't grind, well that's unfortunate. Ain't nothing for a dreamer but sleep if you don't work for it. Shout out to the fellas that get it, and I don't mean robbing ladies with degrees that's actually working their dream job. Work now, play later, that's still a motto. When you handle biz, it's more joy when you popping bottles. Just some food for thought, though the truth can be hard to swallow. I lead by example, something really easy to follow. Trap me, if it were tired, I take out the ropes. They hoping to fall, killing their hopes. As that's so put up a kid, they mean familiar, those that love me the most. Loving on me, I'ma so give it the ghost. Hit them so hard they compare it to dope. Taking the world, they grab a life by the throat.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón, porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero, yeah. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. De corazón, de corazón, tratando de hacer ser feliz. Money work, el mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work, money work, money work, money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work, Looney.
Almighty.
And Chin Check Podcast said, keep the ether burning.